Jimmy?
What are you doing?
Oh, hey, Jay. I'm just doing push-ups. 77, 78, 82.
Yeah, but you know you're doing it wrong, right?
You know what? I am not doing it wrong. You know what? You don't know what you're talking about. You have no idea what you're talking about.
Alright, well, now that he's gone, what's going on, guys? It is Jason, your fat burning coach, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to properly do a push-up, because as you saw, it is very common for people to do a push-up incorrectly, and it can cause a lot of different muscular imbalances, it can cause a lot of joint pain, and overall you kind of look silly if you're doing it wrong. Now, push-ups are a very common exercise. So are things like planks and bodyweight exercises, especially when someone is first trying to lose weight. But I want you guys to make sure that when you are exercising that you are being conscious of your form, so that way you don't have any injuries moving into your new fitness program. Because injuries are going to be a huge setback for not only your fitness goals and your fat loss goals, but also for the fact of you won't be able to work out as efficiently if you are hurt, and you also aren't going to be able to live the life that you really want to live if you're going to be injured, right? So we want to make sure that we don't have injuries, and we want to make sure that we're doing our exercises correctly. So let's quickly go over the push-up. So the push-up can be a little bit of a complicated exercise, so we're going to break it into 3 parts: the top position, the bottom position, and midway through. Let's make sure that throughout the entire motion we're making sure our form is tight. So the first part is going to be the top position. We want to make sure that we're going into a full plank, so let's check it out. Alright, so we want to make sure that everything is moving nice and flowy. So what we're going to do is, firstly, we're going to set up our hands and our shoulder position. We want our hands in line with our shoulders. That's going to make sure that we are at our strongest and making sure that our shoulders are in a safe position. I'm going to move up a little bit. From here, we're going to bring our feet back, and as you can see here on my feet, I want to be kind of back on my toes, not hiked up with my butt in the air. I want my hips down, my feet are back, so that way my glutes can engage. So from here, we're making sure that everything is set up properly. My hands are in front of my shoulders. I'm squeezing my belly and making sure my butt is nice and tight. So this may look like a plank position, right? Just like we're doing that core exercise. All the push-up is now a moving plank. So from here, what I want to do is make sure that with my hands, I'm generating torque in my shoulders. What that looks like is if I grab the ground here, I'm going to be basically grabbing the ground and trying to pull it. So if you see here, I'm grabbing and I'm going to bend everything in. That's going to make sure my shoulders are nice and tight, and that's going to put my shoulders in a nice safe position, and now make it nice and strong.
You know what? My shoulders are killing me.
So let's set everything up into our plank position, and then let's get into the second part of the motion, which is going to be our movement on the way down. So for this, we're making sure that our hands are in line with our shoulders, belly is tight, butt is squeezed, generating torque by pulling the shoulders back. What we want to do now is take a slight bend in our elbows and bring our chest forward as we come to our push-up. I'm going to do a few now so you can watch. Throughout the push-up, I want to make sure that my hands and my elbows are in a relatively straight line as I'm coming down. Many people flare their elbow out too wide, or they're stepping out too wide, or their grip rather is too wide, and their elbows are in a funky position. So the main key about the movement is maintaining your plank position while bending at your elbows. So you have to stay tight throughout the movement.
Now for the third part, it's going to be very similar to your plank, and it's going to be very similar to the top position, which is essentially just you're getting back to the top, you're pushing through, and you have to stay braced. So what you want to do on your way up is think about pushing your hands into the floor nice and hard. That's going to help you generate power, so you don't just go through the motion, but you're actually activating all of the right muscles. So let's check it out. Now that we understand all three parts. So the first part is we're going to plank. We're going to maintain our plank position as we bend at our elbows, and then we're going to push our hands into the floor to generate power on the way up. Let's take a look at a few. So let's get into our plank position here. Belly tight, butt squeezed, generating torque, pulling the shoulders back. I'm going to move my chest forward a few times, and then I'm going to drive in and stay tight on the way up. And that is how you do a push-up properly. Alright guys, so that's very simple. That's just a very simple push-up technique. I wanted to quickly go over that to make sure that you're doing that correctly. This can carry over a lot to your other pushing exercises as well, making sure that your body stays in proper position so you don't get hurt. You want to make sure that your shoulders are nice and healthy while you're working out. So I hope you guys enjoyed and you learned something from this. I hope you guys start to implement these things into your own exercise regimen. And if you guys are looking for something that is actually going to bring you a long-term solution to your fat loss problems, then please check out the link in the description. It's a free training that I made for my clients on the 5 essential habits for fat loss. What I've come to find in my fat loss coaching is that most people struggle because they are looking at it as a diet and a training program rather than a lifestyle. So if you're in this for the long haul and you take a high priority at taking information and actually making it actionable into your life, so that way you're able to see the best results possible, whether it's you're trying to lose that last 15 pounds to get your abs sharp, or you need to lose 50 plus pounds and really get your life back on track, please guys, do yourself a favor, click that link in the description and I will send that over to your email right away. But for now, go check that out. Make sure that you don't end up like our friend Jimmy. And this is Jason, your fat burning coach, signing out.